What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 here, back for another video. So we are going to talk about Black Widow, the Artisan version from Iron Man 2 being released finally after seems like forever. But here we are, and boy does it look glorious. I don't know what to say, man. This came out great. Now obviously we are dealing with Artisan figure here, so you take that with a grain of salt. This is all case by case basis. You might get a hair with the glue on it, or maybe something is not styled perfectly. But if you bought it from Sideshow, which is I guess I don't buy from Hong Kong, so you have that quote unquote security that if something is wrong, you can return it without an issue. At least I've never had any issues with Sideshow when it comes to returns. So that gives you some level of peace of mind just in case, because we all know Artisan is a hit or miss, and to be quite frank, not just Artisan, it's just rooted hair in general. I've had a few now that I've seen some that has better or worse than what I do have. It's really hard to gauge, but within this figure, at least within the realm of this blogger photos, man, does it look good. Look at that pose right there. That looks like a real person. The way the eyes are tilted and the chin down, they really capture the light. It just shows you. I don't know if they really changed the sculpt, because I always felt like the sculpt for Black Widow is there, like on pretty much most of it. She always does look like have a dead eye because they don't have rolling eyeball system, the Black Widows in the past, and it's being held back, the sculpt, by the Barbie hair, the one they put in. Oh, especially the one for Infinity War, which I feel like it's still like a decent sculpt behind it. It's just the implementation of hair was just terrible. But you see what a good hair does, and also the moving eyeball system, because it does give you the Scarlett Johansson look. Like she's a beautiful human being. That beautiful face, and that doesn't hurt. But having the eyeballs move just gives you time to play around with a pose that would really capture her likeness. This is the classic case, I would say, of, and this is still pretty good, like the dead eye staring at a blank nowhere that Hot Toys does with her head sculpt. I don't know how many Black Widows have we had, but that seemingly is the case for every single one up until this point. This, I would say, is the prime Black Widow to have if you're into the Marvel realm. She obviously changed her look so many times, but this feels like when you see this version, you think of Black Widow. Well, I don't know if maybe the Endgame, but that's more of a one-off, like the Endgame version where she has like a ponytail. That looks good too, but this feels like the prime Widow. The only thing I can think of is maybe the Avengers one, like the first Avengers. Would they make more? I sure do hope so. I hope this is not the one and done that we're going to see Black Widow, because I feel like there's just going to improve from here on out. Like the hair. And we've seen that with Joker, the purple coat Joker. Good looking figure, the Artisan version. And then here comes the bank robber Joker, which I don't know. It feels like a different sculpt, but it also feels the same. But one thing we can all agree upon is the hairstyling of the bank robber Joker is much better than the purple coat Joker, and the time difference between the two is not that far off. Maybe a year, between them. But can you imagine what they could do a year or two from now when they have, let's say, 20 Artisan or 30 Artisan under their belts? They're just gonna keep getting better at the process of styling these hairs. And maybe you would see less case of glue, or less case of differences when it comes to hairstyling. Not that there's anything wrong with this. I think it looks good. I think this one looks great, as a matter of fact. Like the curling and all that stuff. I'm sure it needs styling. Once you get them, they also put out a video showing you how to style the hair. The top of the hair, I'm still kind of, I don't know, I'm not still completely buying it. It looks too thick on the top. I know they put products on it, and I get it, so it doesn't move. But I'm looking at my Aragorn right now. I still think this is where InArt kinda is better for now. And I think if you have both, you can agree on it. You can just eyeball this, and it feels a little thick on the root area. And I get that. That's where the glue is. That is where they, you know, because they're not rooting this by hand. You know, they're gluing this. That area feels just full, and it's quite not natural yet. Because I'm looking at my Aragorn, I'm looking at the top of his head, and that doesn't look as thick or full. Even the Joker that I have, which has a terrible hair, by the way, but it doesn't feel like it's just clumped in there. Now, make no mistake, even though that's my observation here, it still looks an amazing figure. That wouldn't deter me from buying this. I'm just saying that is something that they can perhaps improve upon. And one thing they can also improve upon is the hairline after the rooting of the hair, you know, on the forehead area. Again, not that it's terrible, but I can see them, you know, maybe punching that in manually just to have that realism, at least on that edge, you know, not throughout the hair. I get that, but maybe throughout the edge, because that is visible. But this pose right here, this always gets me. This looks like she's staring right at you. Even this, I've never, to be fair, all of this blogger photos, I've never seen like a bad angle so far. And we're going to talk about bad angle when it comes to the InArt Wonder Woman. But this one, I would say maybe, and if this comes out the way it is, and I feel like it will be, not like the Artisan Anakin. The Artisan Anakin feels like they overpromised, and then when the collectors got it, and we saw it right away when the blogger photos was like, there's a big drop off there. There's still a drop off here, but I don't think it is that intense. Now, will they eventually release a non-artisan version of this? I sure do hope so, because I'm not ready to drop 500 on Scarlett Johansson yet, or a Black Widow. But let me know in the comments, did you pre-order this? Are you excited? When do you think you're gonna get this? Happy to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.